Hi everyone, and welcome to the Top Football Predictions. Game week 12, it's passed already, and well, I'm here to talk about it with AJ.
Hey everyone, and welcome pundits, and let's get straight into game week 12.
Game week 12, AJ, it's like a third of the season already, mate, and we're starting to see different patterns. People, really performing well. Like yourself, in the last couple of weeks, he's managed the game, and last few weeks you've done really well, mate. So. Game week 12 was no exception. 260 points. You and David Peach, well done, mate. Well done.
Cheers, and well done, David, as well. Yeah.
Game week winner, mate. How'd you feel?
Joint winner.
Joint winner, of course, Dave. Hey,
So,
Peach.
yeah, it's good. It's difficult, but it's momentum. It's getting the momentum, and I think a lot of people are seeing shifts and changes in leadership, movement near the bottom, in the middle. So it's just creating that momentum, and it's just getting the break and things. It exudes confidence. Let's just be honest. Like a Premiership team, you hit form and you start moving, gaining that momentum. So momentum's key, guys.
Absolutely, and we've spoken about it so many times before. We talk about where the guys can pick up points, and it's always about those key games, whether it be a Super Six or a hot shot. But both you and David Peach, game week 12, hit the hot shot, 150 points on that game, and that really makes a difference, doesn't it, mate?
Yeah, the hot shot, gives you, as I said, momentum. You get those points straight away, and it gives you that sort of platform. Added to that, I think we've got the Super Six as well, so you get both.
Yeah,
so
indeed,
already you're onto a decent score, and it's a case like for the chasing pack with the likes of Martin and the top and Danny, etc., as well. They're all leading. You have to start closing the gaps, gaining the points.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where they've got a bad week, you've got to aim to get a good week as well. So that's the only thing which can help you.
Yeah, and someone else who had a good week was Pendra and Mads as well. 160 points they both put in, and well done to both players. Seeing some solid performances there. And now we talk about points, AJ. Gary, the first player this season to use a joker card, and just to remind everyone out there, AJ, I know you know, but if you express that you want to use a joker card for that game week, all your points are worth double points.
That's correct.
That's I think through the season, it's fair to say we're probably going to see some higher scores than 50 points on a joker card, but yeah, unfortunately for Gary, it didn't really come up trumps for him, did it really?
No. And playing the joker is pretty tactical as well, pundits, at the end of the day. And Gary may have looked at the form and thought, right, he's got the opportunity to close the gap and even go for the lead itself. And let's just be honest, about 6 times out of 10, like last season, you really can hit the jackpot. But then we've seen some disastrous scores over the last few seasons on people playing the joker card. Unfortunately, Gary fell victim to it again, but it's not to say that he's got still 2 more joker cards to play. So utilise it, and I'm sure Gary will bounce back from that little disappointment. Yes. Yeah,
of course he will. But I guess really every player gets 3 joker cards per season, so it's your opportunity when you want to play them to play a joker card. But I'm expecting to see joker card points up in the 200, 300, 400s really, but it'll be very interesting to see how things pan out.
Yeah, and listen, mate, I wouldn't be surprised if it hits the 500 and 600, the rate the points have been going on at the moment. Some people have hit about 280, 300 points, and that's without a joker card. So, let's see.
Absolutely. Well, Martin's up there still. He's really doing well again this season, like he did last. Daniel Ledley, Lee Marley, Danny Atwell, Ryan, they're all in the dash for the cash so far. But what I wanted to say, mate, is people like yourself and other players now coming on, when the cups come into it, all these little bonus points coming around, they're really starting to make the difference, aren't they? Because people like yourself, you're winning your cup games by 100 points, so that's 50 extra bonus points. And obviously in the news we've seen this week already, we've seen a manager sacking, it's the Fulham manager that's gone. Ranieri's come in. And although no one claimed 50 points this time, all these little bonus point categories are the ones to look out for. I know that I'm not up to date with the dates, but I know we'll have the Carabao Cup coming up again soon. So, the teams that are still in there, everybody will be thinking, oh, I've still got them, I can get 50 points or whatever. So it's really interesting, isn't it?
It is indeed, and to note that as the season rolls on and it's moving towards the end, I know there's a long way to go, but as we edge towards the end, you'll start seeing all these bonus points come into play.
Yeah.
Some categories might get completed, some come into fruition now.
Yeah.
You know, as Mark mentioned, the Carabao Cup, the sack race is now starting to come into furore.
Of course,
you know,
yeah.
so we got loads of points, and people are starting to keep an eye out on these extra points, not just in the cup, but also goal scorers, and seeing which goal scorers are hitting form and which are your state expect and which aren't. So a lot to play for.
I called Graham on the way to work today on the red eye, and yeah, I mean, I was just saying, I think his performance, particularly where he got 100 points on the Super 6 game, and then he got 5 and 5 on 2 others. You know, game week 12 wasn't amazing, except for yourself and Dave Peach, as we said. But some players just hit those right games at the right time, and it kind of really helped them and prevented them from having a real low score. But it's just catching the games at the right time, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, of course it is. And you know, you might not score handsomely or score anything at all during the game week, but as you say, you just get one of those hot shots or Super Sixes, and bang, you're in the points mix at the end of the day. So
absolutely, and the points mix is what it's all about. But there are some trends. Just AJ and I were just looking at the league tables here with the stats available to us. But yeah, I mean, there are little trends happening. There's little gaps opening up everywhere. But it's where those, you know, where you're going to score points. And like yourself, mate, you were down with me near the bottom, but you've really pulled yourself up now, mid-table at least, and you've had some really solid performances. And that, as we say again, it all needs you to score those points in those categories of like the hot shot games and things like that. And you can see yourself how, I mean, was it 9th now you're up to? So you're above mid-table, and you're really pushing forward to where you normally are and belong, matey. So long may it continue. But no, you're enjoying your form though, mate, aren't you?
Yeah, enjoying it, and loving everyone's feedback, and also eagle-eyedness as well, making sure we get the right points and everything as well. So
Eagle-eyedness, absolutely. People pointing out the tiny, minute, granular detail. But move into the predictions cup, mate, as well. But again, you're leading that as well. You're now on 6 points out of a possible 9 because you've played 3 games. But every group seems tight. But just have a quick look. Group A, you lead it on 6 points, and then you've got the remaining 4 players on 3 points. That's quite close, isn't it?
It is quite close, and it's quite funny. In fact, I was just reflecting on it. First cup game, I was on the bottom, and I was about minus 200 point.
Yeah,
200 goals.
With the goals, yeah.
It changes, but it's still going to change anyway, going backwards and forwards. And as Marky pointed out, it's so tight. It's just one win away from someone else snatching the lead. So, you know.
Absolutely. Mine's my group B's quite tight, although I'm down on a rubber duck on 0. But Danny Atware and Gavin both at 6 points on the top, and then you've got Elesh and Lee Marley. They've both won a game. So, you know, look, I'm 6 points away. I've played 3. A couple of boys have only played 2. But again, there's still quite a long way to go. You just need to catch it, don't you?
Yeah, hell of a lot. That again, you know, 2 wins and a trot, and you're back in the mix.
Absolutely, mate. And Group C. Well, I was looking at this one as well. This one looks interesting because although we were just talking about Gary, I was talking about how he kind of didn't maximise a joker card. He's actually leading the way. 9 points. He leads the way.
Yeah,
and,
100% record.
100% record.
Well done,
And just to point out as well that when you do play one of your joker cards, your joker card points are doubled, but they all count towards the league format total. But no joker card double points will count towards a cup game because otherwise there's an unfair advantage. But no, Gary's doing it well. He's at 9 points, then it's Lee on 6, and then Akram is on 3, and Mads and Martin are yet to get off the mark like me. But
still early days.
Yeah, of course it is. No, we're just flicking through the league tables here, having a little perusal as we do. But it's Group D, isn't it? That is the one. And I laugh, but it is the group that's. I mean, let's have a look at this, mate. Listen, we laughed off air about this, but we said it at the start of the season. Group of death. When that group was drawn, and it's the Group D.
It is, isn't it?
Have a look at it. You've got David Shaw and Danny Bullock. They're top on like 4 points, and then it's just 3. Dave Peach, Frank, and Daniel Levin. I could not, if you asked me to, I could not pick a winner of that. I don't know which two players are going to qualify for that group. It's just so difficult.
It's fascinating, mate. They're all picking points off each other.
That's the thing,
and
yeah.
added to the mix, you had the draw as well.
Oh God!
So it just means that a couple of guys nudged forward by the odd point. Goal difference is pretty close as well.
I was just reflecting on that as well. It's just you couldn't honestly, you couldn't pick a winner. The way it come out of all the for Group D, the names of it's just it is incredible. But Group E, and it's all about Craig, like Gary, 100% record. And I do know that over the years been playing this game, Craig's done very well in the cup. He's got a pretty good cup pedigree.
Oh, for sure.
He's showing it again there with 9 points he leads the way. Pendra's on 6, Josh is on 3, Tom and Alessandro, like me, yet to get off the mark. But
listen, Craig's played the game, he knows the score, he knows how to lead. He's like a marathon pace setter, really is. He gets in there and starts setting the pace, and you watch how he will control that group and getting himself through to the next round. I'm pretty confident for him.
Well, they say the early bird catches the worm, and it's certainly true for the predictions. I must admit, Martin's out kind of having a great time up front, and as we say, Gary and Craig, they're in the Predictions Cup having a good time. We've got ages now because we've got international break, mate. It's Thursday. I mean, it's only this time next week where we'll be asking the guys to get your predictions in. But there's games all over the place. I've got to fall out the sheet, AJ. But there's some interesting games coming up for game week 13. It is far off, but we got Spurs Chelsea, mate, as a Super 6 game.
Interesting game. Spurs at Wembley, I believe.
I think it is, I think they're going to be there till about next 7, season. 8, 9 more years. Yes, we've done that joke.
I mean, difficult one to call, but I think Chelsea will edge it. They're unbeaten as far as I'm aware. They haven't lost. They've drawn, but they haven't lost. So it's an interesting, fascinating one. Yeah,
there's a couple of the sheets. I'm just drafting up the sheet now and get that out, but I've got so much time on that. But Watford Liverpool. Watford started early season form well, but they're 4 out of 4. I think they've drifted away. Everyone thinks Liverpool's going to win every game 5-0. You just never know what could happen on the Premiership, and that's why this game's so appealing, because the Premiership, I believe, and I think you share this vision too, it's just the most exciting league that we have in football in the world, really, at the moment, because really you look down that sheet of those 10 fixtures every weekend, and whilst you have your favourites that should win, anything can happen.
Well, listen, mate, last weekend was a classic example, game week 12, a hell of a lot of draws, no one would have expected that many draws where there were some dead certain or spanking results. Teams just edged it or just managed to scrape a draw. Whereas, let's say, take it back another 2 or 3 weeks, let's just say game week 9, game week 10, teams were banging in the goals, the ones who you expected to win were winning. So it's a completely different story, isn't it?
Yeah, there wasn't too many goals around, to be honest, Joe, was there, really?
Not at all. And this is what makes it even fascinating for us pundits as well, when we put in these predictions in, because we're thinking, well, last week they just scraped 1-0 or 1-1, and this week they're playing a team which drew 1-1. What do we do? What's the permutations? You can see everyone's brain ticking away, and you can see when you're on the WhatsApp, it says, for example, Dan typing, and then he takes it back, and then Apendra's typing.
Someone deletes a message, then re-puts one out there.
You can see it. It's all fascinating. It's all getting in your head.
I think the social media aspect has really kind of brought the game on
for sure.
Quite a lot. Everyone's getting involved. Some people are just on the peripheral. They're wanting to get involved. Don't know whether to dip their toe in the water or not. But everyone's got a voice, and
listen. And we've got a fantastic team of roving reporters.
Yeah.
So if a false goal scorer goes in, we know straight away. It's more instantaneous than a Vivi printer on the BBC. So well done, guys.
I mean, Frank was quite vigilant this week, and then I'm sure even Gary with the new baby. I imagine Gary's probably got the new doing, new father duties, baby in one hand with the bottle, and then he's probably thinking about what scores he's going to put in and telling us all like the football trivia and stuff. But no, it's all interesting stuff. But it's just all about maintaining the focus, picking up those points where you can, and trying to get a bit of Today, I think it's been about momentum. I think is what you said. That's the key word on this video, and you've certainly got that at the moment, going in the right direction, and hopefully, we'll all pick up a little bit of pace too. But final word, mate. We've got a bit of a while till next week, and it comes around this time next week. People will be posting their scores, but What do you think the key to your momentum is, and kind of people picking up points and really driving forward, mate?
Well, basically, I just think it's studying the form, and you start applying a bit more logic to it. Whereas your heart was saying, it's going to be a 5-0, 6-0. Teams are starting to settle down a bit. We've already seen the first casualty, new managerial. So Fulham's fixtures, where you would have thought they'd got a spanking, might change now. So again, your heart starts ruling over your head, or your head starts ruling over your heart. You start applying more logic to it, study the form.
There's different patterns coming out now.
Injuries, new players, disgruntled players, players which have been squad players have now come to the fore.
Absolutely.
Perform. So, align that with your fantasy teams, and you're keeping an eye out on things like that, so it makes you start thinking naturally.
Sorry, mate, I'm just looking out for a couple of points. I'm just trying to think about where I can get my points from for next time. But no, it's all good. It's all good fun, and hopefully everyone's still enjoying it.
Well, you see a
this
little banner
season.
saying all charity points donated to Mark Foundation.
I need some points, man. But yeah, absolutely. But we've got a little while to go. Have fun with the video, enjoy it, but get your prediction in next week.
Stay safe, and you'll be in to win it.